Yo, check it, got that new fire straight from the underground. What you need? This that real hip hop.
What's going on, good people? How you doing? How you feeling? It's time for some more Rewind Wednesdays, but it's Rewind Wednesdays comedy style. We're going to jump into George Carlin from 1965, bro. This is a long time ago. This was old when I was born, so yeah, this is super old. But there's a stand-up routine in 1965 that he did, so this is the introduction to George Carlin for me. But this is like one of his first pieces, I guess. So this will be dope, or it should be. Let's check it out. George Carlin. He's a comedian, by the way. And this is a donation request if I didn't
One of
mention
our
it.
proudest comedy finds is with us tonight. He's starring at Basin Street East here in New York, certainly one of the most important clubs in the country. His name is George Carlin. He spoofs many
2,000
things
hours.
of a not-so-serious nature. He's a bright and very
I
contemporary
don't think
comedian.
that's all his footage.
So
though.
I understand his act tonight's got a little bit more sting than usual. So let us all listen together. But here is George Carlin.
You see how they're smoking indoors? What a time. What a time. Now, this doesn't look like the guy that popped up when I
Hi,
typed
how
in
are you?
George
Thank you very
Carlin.
much, Merv. Thank you all. Thank you.
Leave him alone then.
Really, it's impossible to pick up a newspaper these days without reading something about a protest or a march or a demonstration. This group is protesting another group's march and demonstrating against their bonfire and their rally. The pickets are against the pickets. They're picketing the pickets now. There's even one group that next week is having a parade to protest the fact that they can't get a parade permit. Now, that's kind of strange. It's really,
He
it's
looks
getting
a
just a
little
little bit
nervous.
out of hand. The Hertz Rent-A
Rubbing
pickets
his
are
hands
doing
together real
wonderfully,
hard.
of course. But the signs are what really scare you from time to time. Let's get out of Vietnam. Let's get out of the UN. Let's get out of the street. We're blocking the traffic. Ban the bomb the ban. Genghis Khan is alive in Argentina. He is not. Join the Mother's March on sore feet. It's gotten very strange. I even saw one guy with a sign that had nothing on it, absolutely blank, except down in the bottom it said, "Your grievance in this space, call Judson 4-1400."
That must have been a commercial back then.
But it is a little strange about these groups. We talk about extremism and radicals, and I thought to clear a little of the air about it, we invited a fellow with us here tonight who's a member of one of these so-called radical groups. He's the local chapter head of the John Birch Society. His name is Lyle O. Higley. The O stands for Old Glory. He's a veteran of 2 wars of depression and a Mets doubleheader. Let's give him a nice welcome, Lyle O. Higley. Thank you. Thank you.
He got in the
Thank
character.
you
I
very
thought
much.
somebody
My
was
name is
coming.
Lyle Higley. I'm the head of the local chapter of the John Birch Society. I'm what you might call your local chapter head. And that's the New York chapter that takes in New York, New Jersey, and parts of Idaho. Having a little trouble making up the zones, but we're working off an old Lewis and Clark map, you understand? That's not the only thing the Attorney General will let us have, quite frankly. But we're very well known in the area. We won the Mixed Bowling League last year. That's pretty important, pretty progressive for an outfit like ours. Of course, I feel that's what we need is a little more progress here in the 19th century. Huh? A lot of good things coming along for you. The Industrial Revolution's right around the corner. Steam engine will be finished next week. A lot of good things coming along for the ladies. At this time, I was going to have a guest speaker for us tonight. I had invited the head of the Ku Klux Klan, the Grand Imperial Almighty Omnipotent Invincible Stomper.
What?
However, his wife won't let him out of the house tonight.
Oh, that's a joke. Okay, that's a joke. That's a joke. That's a good joke, is what I'm saying. That's a good joke.
In his place, we have the supply officer in charge of sheets and ropes. Fella's been coming along very nicely in the Klan. He started off as a clud, then he went to a kloop, and Kleagle, Klaxon, Klepto. Now he's a clod. He's just been acquitted of murder for the 6th time. We'd like to introduce him now. Collie Lee Collie. That's weird. He's got his dog with him. His dog's a collie, too. How do you like that? Thank you very much. And I'd just like to address my...
I like the way he slips into character just like that.
With him. His dog's a collie, too. How do you like that? Thank you very much. And I'd just like to address my remarks in the Northern Commie Liberal Pinko Press. I have been living in the South for 27 years, and I have never seen a cross burning on anybody's lawn. I've seen whole neighborhoods go up. Thank you very much, Collie. I think we all realize he's not playing with a full deck, folks.
Oh my gosh. Highbrows, Howard.
And before we leave you tonight, I have one thing I'd like to remind you. The girls have been busy all week packing up the John Birch authorized kits. Everything is ready to go. It's got everything you need. We'd like every one of you to have one. You get your Donald Duck grenade launchers in there. That's the grenade launcher with the little Donald Duck on his side. 200 tickets to the witch hunt up in Salem next week. We got the John Birch handbook on how to persecute without prosecuting. And mainly, we got a document that every American ought to see. This here is a list of 146 outstanding communists in the State Department. Each and every one of these 123 names has been thoroughly investigated by the FBI. We're going to take these 94 guys and throw them in jail where they belong. The whole 62 of them, believe me. You get a list with 38 names on it like that, and you know how to work with it. We know how to handle these 17 commies. Not one of the 5 of them will get away. And when that guy shows up, he's in trouble, pal, I'll tell you that.
Okay. All right, man. That was George Carlin in 1965. Now the jokes, of course, are dated for that time. He's talking about the Industrial Revolution, for Christ's sakes. Like, he is dated. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Because when I typed in George Carlin, like slick bald with white hair, white facial hair, that's the first face I saw. But this is what he wanted me to watch. So this is why I went straight here. But when I tell you this is funny. To me, this is funny. Um, History, I love history, so I dibble and dabble as far as history goes. And it's just funny to see 1965. These were jokes back then, still funny now. The Clued Clud and all of that, like, come on, man. And if you don't find it funny, then you just don't really get jokes. And some jokes might go over your head. You might be better suited for the type of things that people find funny today. The type of things that people like really, really find funny today. Um, I don't see how people go for it. But I'm glad this happened. Shout out to my subscriber who donated for this one. I did fail to mention that in the beginning. This was a donation request for George Carlin. I figured I would do it on Rewind Wednesday because he said he wanted this one from 1965. It just made sense to me. I don't have a Throwback Thursday thing. So, George Carlin. If you like this though, we're getting more going. Um, Comment section is all yours, man. You know what to do. And until next time, hug your loved ones, man. Kiss them, hug them, let them know you care. I'll be right here. Peace.
Perfect.